So I have left one desert environment behind, only to discover yet another. The sands here are white almost as snow, but it is no less inhospitable than the Great Desert was. I have heard somewhere nearby there is a way station. Ah, there. This territory is occupied seemingly by the sand ninjas. Not a friendly force, to be sure, so I have tried to avoid them wherever I can. I do not know who runs this waypost. No doubt I shall find out soon enough. I think this will be a very temporary stop. Maybe look to trade some goods for information. Another map would be really useful. And who knows, we may also find some soul who is interested in joining me on my journey. We shall see. There is an intriguing tower off in the distance. It may be completely deserted, or it may be very well guarded, so I don't think it is in my best interest to go and explore that at this point in time, but I'll note its location and come back later, perhaps. Okay, so we have an inn, we have a ruined watchtower, and here, presumably, yes, a mechanical shop. Let's venture inside and we'll speak to the trader. Greetings, Ronin construction trader. May I see your goods? Okay, unfortunately, none of that is really of any use to me at the moment. I think I will hold on to what I have and see what the innkeeper has to trade instead. Thank you for your time. Perhaps I'll visit you again in the future. Okay. Are you the innkeeper? You are. Tuck Fro, greetings. May I trade with you for a map to Mongrel? I do not think Mongrel is really a destination I have in mind at the moment. I could swap out for a different backpack, although there is little difference between them. It gives me some shade from the sun, which would be nice. However, I think all I'm interested in then is stocking up on some more first aid bandages. Are you interested in a horse chopper? And perhaps this animal skin? And in return, I could take all of your first aid equipment, all of your bandages at least. Yes, I think that is probably sufficient for now. A sleeping bag could be useful, but I don't think it's really worth trading for right now. Thank you, Tuck Fro. I think that will conclude our business for today. No doubt I will trade with you again at some point in the future. But for now, thank you. Now that I've freed up so much space, I would like to transfer as much of this raw meat into my own inventory as possible. Just to prevent the dog from eating that. I think that will do for the moment. Now, who do we have around? Zenter of the Drifters. Let's have a quick conversation with you. Yes, I am heading out. Recruits, I do not know if that's how we would term it. I'm interested in travelling companions. Okay, I'm afraid I do not have 3,000 cats. We have Crick, also of the Drifters. Best not be looking at you. Or what? You will take off my toes. You'll eat my heart, my liver. Okay. Unfortunately, Crick, your bravado does not impress me. Who else do we have? Kink. Let's talk to you. Never neglect my health. That is good advice. A doctor is always useful. But, yes, I cannot afford to pay you. Okay, Claw may well be our last option. An engineer. I am not looking for an engineer, but I presume you would want paid. Well, again, I'm afraid I do not have the cats. And the plastic surgeon also. Is there anyone up here? There are a few souls. However, I do not think anyone here is likely to wish to travel with me. Well, I guess that is the end of my time in this way station. We have plenty of food, we have nowhere to cook the raw meat, but we have enough for several days worth of travel. Okay, let's help out here. If you'd stand still just long enough. Okay, I guess my opportunities to help have vanished. That is unfortunate. A blood raider. I wasn't able to help with the fighting, but nothing to stop me looting the corpses. Hack stopper pants, medium armour. I think I will take those. I'm not interested in the boots. These do offer slightly better protection. Yes. Okay. They do not protect my stomach quite as well as the samurai cloth pants. But that is okay. We'll finish off searching the bodies and then I will resume my journey. Little to be had. Okay, so I will carry on my journey in a southwesterly direction. The terrain is a mystery to me, although directly ahead the air appears foul. It's difficult to make out in the darkness, so when we get closer I'll be able to discern a bit more. This is clearly a once populated region. Two strange towers off in that direction, and a field full of ruins in this. I continue to head towards an area which appears to be very cloudy, or potentially some sort of murk ground fog. I'm going to try to skirt around it if possible. I do not like the looks of that region at all. Dawn is not too far off, so hopefully by the time I reach the higher ground ahead of me, there will be enough light to make out a decent path. I must certainly return to investigate these structures at some point though. They may hold ancient secrets or wealth. Untold riches could lie within. So as the sun begins to rise, its light catches yet another massive tower. These structures definitely pique my curiosity. However, that has to be for a later time. The towers almost stand sentinel around this area. I wonder what mysteries they hold. So the air here is filled with, is it sand grains? It's difficult to make out. The wind certainly seems to blow in from the desert. Even in the daylight, it's difficult to pierce the gloom down in that valley. So this region holds new dangers, new and unknown, and I have to say, quite terrifying. These beams of light lance down from the skies. Without any form of warning. And it looks like impossible to avoid. I wonder, is there safety here at all? I would hope that the beams might have driven off any other threats. That was close. Is there a path? How best to make my way through this region? is it better to run where those beams have just struck? Would they strike again in the same place? I guess I will find out. Are they in some way triggered by the presence of people? Or moving creatures of any sort? Or do they fall at random? I seem to be in the heart of this region at the moment. All I can do, as is so often the case, is push on. Ahead of me are a group I would think I would rather avoid, if possible. Although one of them appears to be coming for me. I wonder if I can manage to take out this individual. Well, he is clearly intent on a fight, so let's give him such. Okay. You, I will take your spiked club. And let's check. For the moment, it is no better than my own. I cannot get rid of the club. Well, I must leave that on you for now. Retrieve my backpack. And now I can relieve you of your weapon at least and continue on our way. Ten Bones is slightly wounded, but that could have been much worse if his companions had followed him, or if one of those beams had struck while we fought. So over here in the distance, some amazing thing. It does not appear to be a building, but again it is clearly something that has been manufactured, some sort of vast machine. We have more thralls over there, and some sort of habitation. A ruined way station, perhaps. No doubt destroyed by these beams of fire. So our journey will continue for now. Ever watchful for these destructive pillars of fire. Hopefully, I will soon be quit of this area, and I can deal with more normal dangers. I had hoped I was about to leave these beams of fire in my wake, but I'm not quite clear of them yet. And hoping to have left one danger behind, I have seen signs of fresh dangers beyond. There are beak things roaming these lands. I've seen only 2 so far, but 2 is much more than I could hope to handle. But those dangers do seem to now be well behind me, and leaving the region of their control. And at the top of this hill, I should hopefully be able to make out some sort of destination, somewhere that would give me a chance to pause, rest, enjoy some security for a time. More desert, more big things. But ahead of me, there is a structure. I wonder. Smuggler's Bar. Well, I suppose I should make for that Smuggler's Bar. How best to get there though? Ah, there we are. That group should hopefully provide a sufficient distraction to those beak things that I can slip past here unmolested. One of the beak things is down. If I were desperate enough, I would wait until the party moved off, and then I would go and scavenge the beast thing corpses. But I have meat aplenty for now. And I would rather try to reach the Smuggler's Bar in safety. One of the beak things still stands. It appears that the humans, whoever they were, are now forming a meal for that beast thing. Rather them than me. I must keep a clear watch. Just in the off chance that there are more beasts around. The bar is just ahead though. And it will hopefully provide some security. I would hope not to encounter any trouble here. There are no guards on the door. They're on their harpoon turret. So let us see what lies within. Greetings. No one seems to be slightest bit interested in the new arrival. So let's talk to the barman. May I see your goods they have for trade? You have little. Well, I do not think we really have any business then. No. I will rearrange things once again. content to leave that, I think, for now. And we will go and talk to your patrons and see if anyone is interested in joining me on my journey. Belf of the Drifters, are you looking to join up? I can't afford your 3,000 cats, I'm afraid. There's smugglers and mercenaries. Over here we have one individual who looks down on their luck. You're looking to get out of town. I am interested. Tell me a bit about yourself first, though. Buy you a drink. I may be able to stretch to that. Okay, I get the picture. How much are you charging? 3,000 cats, I'm afraid I do not have. It is unfortunate that there is no one desperate enough to join up with me. 3,000 cats again. $600 cats worth there, almost. $800. No. I definitely could not raise 3,000 cats. So, again, I'm going to have to just press on by myself. I do not like the look of this terrain here. So we will push on due west then. 10 wounds an eye. But it is becoming imperative that I find myself some sort of permanent safety. The risks of journeying alone through these lands are just too great. My luck will run out eventually. There's dust bandits in this vicinity. So we'll carry on and see how much further before we reach a town. So I am once more in desert terrain, but only temporarily. I'm skirting the border between a swamp. Even from this distance I can smell the stink of rotting vegetation. And to the right, an area known as Skinner's Roam. Ahead of me though, there are a group of bandits. They have not seen me, fortunately, so I should be able to pass them by. I think I will continue to push west towards the setting sun, rather than make my way up into the highlands here. I think continuing my journey along the border here between the two different terrains is probably for the best. I think I will once again pick up my speed. This area is rich in minerals. And over there, the area is no doubt rich in food. So somewhere around here, between the two, may actually be what I'm looking for. If I can find a town somewhere nearby where I can access the swamp region and this rocky area filled with minerals, that would provide everything I need to get myself established. So I'll continue to push west, I think, for now. As soon as I have the opportunity, I'm going to set myself up in some secure settlement somewhere, begin to earn enough cats that I can hire some people to join me, work for me, and we can begin to take advantage of what riches this land has to offer. So I continue to head to the west, keeping the swamp to my left and the more mountainous region to the right, and thread a narrow path. But I'm hoping that if I hold my course through the night, I will come to a town before long. It has been quite some time since I've found civilization other than the smuggler's bar. So I reckon I cannot be too far distant from some sort of habitation. So I'll push on and await the dawn.